Hello and welcome to our Saturdays with Tara Hangout on Air. I'm Mary Beth at the Law of Attraction Club, and we're on the web at the loaclub.com. These hangouts are a collaboration with our friends Tara. This hangout is the summary of our theme for the week and continues on our member conference line. Today's topic is, do you really want to be in charge of your life? Does everything really happen for a reason? You can get invites to our open calls, which we offer periodically, and our powerful free letting go process by going to the loaclub.com. So now we welcome Robin and Tara.
Welcome back to our discussions. And here's the question of the week. What is it that holds you back from embracing who you are, from stepping away from what is ordinary and into the spectacular world that awaits you? For some of you, it is that you do not really understand who you are, at least in the way we would describe you. But some of you see the logic of what we are saying, and yet there's something that holds you back from accepting it and internalizing it. In this discussion today, we're going to look at why this might be and see if we can clear the pathway a little. We're going to start by offering you, once again, our summary of the nature of everything. You will see that it's an elegantly simple and complete explanation of who you are and why you're here, and perhaps you will see that it's the foundation upon which each of you, without exception, by law of attraction, builds your worlds and your complex stories. As always, we emphasize that we are not passing judgment on those stories of yours. We all have our stories. We are simply responding to your desire to create more joy in your life and offering suggestions. We begin with some words from our friends. From Abraham. You are the creator of your own life experience. And as the creator of your experience, it is important to understand that it is not by virtue of your action, not by virtue of your doing. It is not even by virtue of what you are saying that you are creating. You are creating by virtue of the thought that you are offering. From Bashar. Grant yourself permission and grant yourself the right to create life as you desire it to be, for you have the ability to create it that way. All you need to do is remind yourself that your ability to conceive of that idea is, in and of itself, the indication of your ability to create that idea. In the beginning, you were a thought that became an intention, and that intention formed you out of the infinity of all that is. You're an always connected extension of that timeless, infinite source. What you chose to believe, you create without limit in every direction. Your choices have evolved you through many experiences into many versions of a conscious thinking entity. In this particular version of you that is engaged with us here, you are creating the virtual reality that is the physicalness of you and the world around you. And within this context, you are continuing your experiences and your evolution. Let's restate all this as the law of attraction. You attract into your experience, moment by moment, unique to you, wanted or unwanted, a reflection of your chosen beliefs and expectations. Those 22 words are the complete and totally accurate description of everything about you. The things you see and hear are being seen and heard by the physical you you're creating. Every experience you have occurs within this movie set you're creating. It looks like a solid physical space-based world, but it's a virtual reality you're creating on the fly in a time-based moment-by-moment sequence. In various scenes in this movie, you intersect with other thought-based entities. You're interacting with all of us physical and non-physical entities right here and now, because you invited all of us to join you in your adventure. We're all faithfully following the screenplay you've handed out. Even as in our movies, you're reading from ours. Everything is a match. Your movie is unique to you because your thoughts and beliefs and expectations are the only things that define this movie set and the plot of your adventure. Everything that exists here is within your belief boundaries. You are maintaining it as it is, and none of this will exist when you stop focusing upon it. In other words, the versions of everything that you attract into your world are a match to the now version of you. And since you and you alone are creating, without limit, that now version, it follows that you can be, do, or have anything simply by choosing to expect it. There is nothing you cannot change. Your context, all that physical stuff, is virtual. It's your own personal illusion. But what's real and vital are your experiences. They are the reason you chose to be here. Now, some of you will recognize from all of this the power and the freedom that is inherently yours, and will take to this like a duck to water. And there will be others of you who perhaps can see the logic of it, but for some reason you just can't bring yourself to choose to believe it. Many of you will be somewhere in between those positions. Some of you prefer the story that time and space and all that physical stuff is real. There are, of course, no right or wrong belief choices. It's just that we find that creating what you want, choosing new expectations, all of it gets easier if you can loosen your grip on the seeming solidarity of everything. Then there are some of you that will shrink back from all of this because the idea of being totally in charge makes you uncomfortable. Perhaps you've chosen the story that things external to you largely control your destiny. Things like luck or karma, your star sign, God, a guardian angel, or your government. You believe that it's a matter of being in the right place at the right time. Or you say things like, everything happens for a reason. That reason being determined by something beyond your comprehension. Somehow you just got familiar with the belief that something somewhere was looking out for you. Here are your options. You can choose to believe that it's all random, but somebody or something is looking out for you, and you can make that a fun game to play. There are no right or wrong choices here. But if you find that there are some things missing from that world, that you cannot easily connect the dots between what you're thinking and what you're manifesting, we suggest considering our explanation above. Because the truth of it is that you have the power to change anything. Think about that. Notice how you feel about having that power. Is it comfortable or not? If not, we encourage you to play with the idea and allow yourself to become comfortable, because it's the truth of who you are. Does everything happen for a reason? Yes. But it's not some unfathomable reason in the mind of something controlling your world. It happens because you put it in your screenplay. You might say that how can you possibly be responsible for humankind destroying the planet or evil people doing evil things? You would never choose to create such things. Well, if there's a world out there that's real, solid, continuous, and shared by everybody else, then everything you do has some effect on everybody else. In that world, the law of attraction makes no sense at all. But it's nothing like that. Your world is a movie playing in your mind. It's not real. It's your personal illusion. So yes, you're the creator of everything in it. But that doesn't mean you want the planet destroyed or evil people to exist. It just means you've chosen to expect it on this one particular version of your adventure. No big deal. So think about this deeply here. Do you want to be in charge, or do you want to believe something else is in charge? We encourage you to dismiss the notion that it's something else. We want you to just plain give up on it. Because the more you can discard the idea of being vulnerable and see who you are, the more you can step away from the realness of your physicality and embrace the idea that it's fluid and malleable, the more you will move into that place of peace and power, fun and freedom. It's okay to be you. You're controlling your world anyway, consciously or subconsciously. We recommend consciously. The extent to which you allow yourself to step outside the mental confines of this context you've created is the extent to which you will build an ongoing awareness of who you really are and the power that you have. Be in the stands even as you are on the field. Spend time with the thought that this is me and my creation, and I can change it all. Become familiar with it. Let it become part of you and watch the world change. People and things that used to be in your world will disappear because what you are is no longer what they are. Creating in this way is the absolute reason you're here, and doing it, therefore, is the greatest joy you can experience. Remember that beyond everything we have explained here, you are a part of the timeless, infinite all that is. The individuation that is you is always a choice. Everything is an option. If you have concerns about that so-called world of yours, those concerns are what hold you apart from what you really want. All that is necessary to change anything is to choose to believe in and expect different things. That is how powerful you are. What you believe becomes. It is our particular joy to mix it up with you in this way. And in our longer discussion that follows, we want to come back to that question we posed at the start. What is it that holds you back from embracing who you are, from stepping away from what is ordinary and into the spectacular world that awaits you? So let's look further at that right now. And then, of course, we will be delighted to answer any of your questions.
This Hangout on Air was the summary of our theme for the week. We do 3 live calls a week with Q&A for our members on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can become a member by going to the loaclub.com/join. So now our longer discussion continues with Q&A on our member conference line. So back over to Robin, who's bringing through Tara.